Good morning. I'm Peggy Kelly, and this is Good Morning Santa Paula. It's Thursday, July 22nd, and our guest today is the new superintendent of the Santa Paula Unified School District, Mr. Jeffrey Weinstein, and he's here to introduce himself. At least I'm going to make him introduce himself and talk about some very hot topics for all the community when it comes to the schools. And good morning, Jeffrey. Nice seeing you again. We met briefly before, and it's very nice seeing you again. And thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, Peggy, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed the time we met, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come out and talk to Santa Paula about what's going on in the school district.
Great. Give us a little bit about your background. You started with the district July 1st, correct?
Correct. So I came on board July 1st. I actually have been in the district throughout June, coming here on various days just to kind of, break the ice and get things going with the staff, because obviously we have a lot of prepping to do for opening of the school year, face-to-face instruction. Yeah, so I started on July 1st. My previous district was out in Glendora, Claremont area. It's a similar sized district. I was deputy superintendent out there. And it's a unified district, very similar to here. Same number of schools in elementary, same number of middle schools, same number of high schools, about the same amount of enrollment in as far as the number of students in kind of all the different areas. And very progressive school, one of the top scores, scores in academic achievement in the state. So that's what the goal is here, is to bring us to rival those top state schools out there that are getting the achievement of the students.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, that's wonderful. So you're actually, by starting here, it's like trading a position. It's a new challenge, but it's a lot of similarities to begin with. So that's very interesting, because some people come from districts where there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of students, and we have a different needs, and our needs are bigger even though we're smaller. So
yeah, and that's very true. And just a little bit of background about myself before that. I've been in education a very long time. I worked my way up. I was a teacher, I was a principal, I was an administrator for a long time, and I was also a superintendent of school districts up in Kern County that have the same demographics that we see here. Ag areas with high Hispanic, high EL students, a lot of poverty, and we were very, very successful in Kern County. And so from there, I actually came to Ventura County, and I was the deputy superintendent out by Oxnard Union High School District. I was out there for 4 years, so I'm very familiar with the area of Ventura County, and have a lot of networking with the people who work in Ventura County in general, the government officials, as well as the different, entities around here. And so not only have I been a superintendent in a unified district very similar to this demographically, but also the size in Glendora and Claremont, as well as I know the area from Oxnard Union High School District. And I'm very, very pleased to be able to come back to Ventura County. I really loved it out here. I really enjoyed myself out here. The people out in Ventura County are just wonderful. I myself live in Santa Clarita, and I plan on kind of moving out here because I'm getting close to retirement. I know I don't look it, but I'm getting close to retirement. And I hope to kind of end my year and put my stamp, of success in Santa Paula, and then eventually retire out here with the community. So I'm really looking forward to the next few years. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to do a lot of great things, and the potential in this community is just wonderful. And everybody that I have met has been all in, whatever I need, whatever they can do to help the kids, and have welcomed me, and it's just been great.
Yeah, it's a great community. It really is. And of course, we've got back to school coming up, the return to school. And this time when we say return to school, we actually mean people can return to school. So
yeah, and that's really the most exciting thing, for the last 18 months, our students, parents, families, teachers, staff members have just been in this roller coaster ride of not only not being in school face to face, but not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. It seemed like every day the CDC or the LA County or Ventura County would come out with new rules. You can do things, and then next thing, no, you can't do those things. And it really presented challenges that this district did wonderful in meeting, but really, the impact to the students and families and the community is really something that you really don't know until you actually go through it and experience it. the great news is that August 11th, Wednesday, August 11th, doors are open. Kids are back with face-to-face instruction. Teachers are excited. They want to see their kids. They want the kids to come back and really begin to love learning again, begin to love the socialization and the community of school, and kind of get back on track of where we were 2 years ago. So we're very pleased to announce that not only are all the schools going to be open for face-to-face instruction, normal schedules, but that all of our extracurricular activities, all of our co-curricular activities, they're all going full force. Our sports teams, band, arts, everything, we're all in, and we're going to be moving forward, and we're just really excited about it. I just think it's going to be wonderful for everybody to kind of get back to a little bit of normalcy.
Yes. Oh, and kids, school is so important to kids on so many levels, as we discussed before. And I'm so excited, and I know everyone is. Now, is there going to be any sort of a hybrid offered, or the schools are just going to be open and come on back?
Well, we realize that there may be some community members or students out there maybe a little hesitant to come back right at first. So we'll have an independent study program open for all grades. So independent study is really where you're assigned a single teacher on all your subjects, no matter what grade you're in, kind of similar to what you do in elementary school, where you have one teacher, all your subjects covered by that one teacher. But even if you're high school, it's the same thing. And what they do is they work from home. They're given assignments, studying, and they work from home. And once a week, they have meetings with their teacher, whether on Zoom or face-to-face and in person. And their attendance and their grades are based on the homework and the assignments that they complete during the week. We really encourage everybody to come back to face-to-face instruction, no matter how good a hybrid program is or independent study program is. There's nothing like the relationship built between a teacher and a student in face-to-face instruction. Being able to come to school 5-6 hours a day and get the support needed 5 or 6 hours a day to be successful in school, can't be replaced unless you're actually here in school. So we really encourage everybody to do that. But again, for those that for whatever reason can't come face-to-face, we do have an alternative program for them.
Okay, well, I imagine we'll check back in 3 or 4 months, and I imagine that alternative program will be very small.
Yeah, and we expect it. We have not had much inquiries about it. We believe it will be small from day one. I think there comes a point where everybody realizes, as we discussed in our previous meeting, the real importance beyond just the academic importance of school, but socialization, friends, just being part of a community, being part of something where, you really can do something you love. Not every child loves math or English or science or history, but, what we try to do is we really try to find those things that they love, whether it's the arts, sports, whatever it is. We want to encourage our students to pursue it, and to be able to come and go somewhere every day of the week and do something you love is something that can't be replaced.
Absolutely, very, very well put. Now, what are the protocols going to be as far as with masking or anything? Or do we have? I know that recently they've recommended in Ventura County, at least, that people wear masks indoors and in crowds outside. So what is the district looking at?
So, this can be very confusing because, the changes and we're right next to LA County, and you hear them on the news, they're doing this or they're doing that. But really for K through 12 or TK through 12, things haven't changed much for our specific protocols. If you're inside in the classroom with students, everybody wear masks, vaccinated or unvaccinated, everybody, teachers, staff, students, we all wear masks. Outdoors, it was recommended, but we are going to use outdoors to allow students not to wear masks. The only time we will have them wear masks outdoors if they're congregating in large groups very close to each other. But there is something that we are very much aware of, that young children, elementary school children, wearing masks all day long is not the healthiest thing. What we need to do, we have put in protocols also to get the kids outdoor. We have outdoor classroom space. We'll be encouraging teachers to bring their students periodically outdoors to be able to take their masks off, walk around. We want to make sure that we create an environment where, yes, they are absolutely safe. We're masking the way we're supposed to, but also take into consideration that, a young child developing wearing a mask all day, although science says it's okay, I think as a parent, I'm a parent, we're all parents out there. We all, are hesitant to have our children wear masks for that long of time. And we're going to make sure that we give plenty of opportunity for our kids to go outside in addition to the recess and lunch periods and stuff like that, to go outside and be able to take masks off, also to learn outside and outside learning environments so that they don't have to wear masks in those environments. And, we're going to hopefully, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope that with these new variants, that things still start to get better. And that before, hopefully before the end of the calendar year, let's say, my hope is that we'll be able to remove masks indoors also.
Great. And of course, Ventura County has a 71% at this point vaccination rate, at least with the first shot. So we're way ahead of a lot of areas. And, hopefully everybody out there is going to get vaccinated and get their children over 12 and older vaccinated.
Yeah,
so.
and we have been hearing from the CDC that their hope is that sometime by the end of October, that a vaccine will be approved for under 12 years old. So it would just be great if all the kids can get vaccinated. Absolutely.
Now, and speaking of going back to school, you have a different way to enroll. Also, a new way to enroll, I should say. An option.
Just launched yesterday. In fact, I went on there and played with it a little bit. So we have online enrollment for those, parents that are working and can't get to a school site or maybe is unsure about mailing things in. You can go to our website and the district's website and click on enrollment. That'll bring you to two large icons. One is for students that have already been a student within our district, and one is for brand new students. Click on whatever applies, and it'll literally take you right through the enrollment process. We also have bilingual. It is absolutely, everything we do is bilingual. So we also have staff available. If you struggle at all with the connection or that you're not sure what you need to do, you can call us up and we can walk you through the process online.
Okay, great.
And now, we're really hoping this helps a lot of people. Time management is hard. It's hard to get away and be able to do certain things. And we're really hoping that this makes it easier on a lot of our parents.
Yes, and that's very true. A lot of parents work nowadays, and it is hard to get away sometimes. And especially now, maybe they don't want to get away. They'd rather just take care of things as much as they can at home because, that's where the heart is, type of a thing. But, well, that's wonderful. Anything else that we should know about at this point, and or any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think that it's important that the community knows that we're here to take care of our children. They're all our children, and we want to make sure that we provide the best education possible, the best educational process. A very big advocate of making sure that every single student, no matter where they start, get the proper supports to get them to where they need to go. We all come from different backgrounds. We all start at different educational levels, different support systems at home, away from the school district. But wherever a student starts, it's going to be our job to reach that student and bring them up to where they can be successful and have choices on their career, college, whatever they want to do. So in doing that, we also are very much aware that being away from school for 18 months may have taken a few of our students and kind of made their learning loss, increased during that time. So we have hired 17 reading specialists as well as 8 math specialists that will be working throughout the district at all sites to help students with their reading and math. We've also increased our supports for all our EL students. We've increased our supports for our special education students. So what we're doing, a lot of people say, well, what are you doing with all those CARES monies? What are you doing with those funds that we hear you're getting? What we're really trying to do is make sure that, one, everybody is safe, whether it's, physically, emotionally, that they're happy and they're safe at our schools. And then second, giving them the academic supports that they need, hiring a lot of support personnel so that we can help every single student. And then we've also worked on hiring mental health counselors. So those that are struggling coming back, struggling with the socialization, struggling with those things that, we all have our fears and there are different anxieties about certain things. Making sure that we have plenty of the mental health specialists available for our kids at all grade levels so that they have somebody they can talk to and they can, learn about, how they can help and mitigate any anxiety or fears that they may have and any struggles that may be going on, whether it's here at school or whether it's at home. We're there to help.
Oh, that's wonderful. because especially with them being isolated, and it was very scary with COVID, and it still is to a certain extent. And I'm very happy to hear that. And I'm sure the community's delighted also. That's great. Okay, well, you know what? It was a pleasure having you as a guest today. We appreciate you taking the time. We know you've got a very busy schedule, and we're getting you out right on time because I know you have another meeting. And once again, I'm Peggy Kelly of the mighty Santa Paula Times. Our guest today was Jeffrey Weinstein, and he is the new superintendent of the Santa Paula Unified School District. And we will be seeing him often, I'm sure. And see, I get you to commit on camera.
There you go. Yes, anytime. I'm available.
And anyway, so everybody out there, have a great weekend, and be sure to get vaccinated. You can do that this weekend and have a great time and stay healthy and be safe. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Smile. Nice.